Hello, today I'm going to teach you a very simple recipe to make banana bread. This recipe is very tasty and you can make loaves out of it. You could also make muffins out of it too if you wanted to. But this recipe for banana bread has very few ingredients compared to some that I've seen, and it's very tasty. And it takes very little time compared to some of the recipes I've seen. So let's get started. Before you do anything, what you'll want to do is preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit. That way, when your batter is ready, you can just get right on to cooking it. Okay, what you'll need first is you'll need 5 very ripe bananas, so you're waiting for them to get very brown skin. And then you're just going to put those in your bowl, and you're going to mash them up like so. And just do that until they are all thoroughly mashed into a paste. Okay, now that it's like a paste, you can add more ingredients, and the banana will keep getting mashed into smaller and smaller bits. So what you are going to do is you're going to add 1 cup of white sugar or all-purpose sugar, and then you're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and now you're just going to mix that up well also. Okay, now it's mixed pretty thoroughly, and by doing the ingredients in that order, you're basically ensuring that you won't have large banana chunks in your banana bread. So then what you are going to do is you're going to add a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. You can also use melted butter, but I prefer using vegetable oil for this. And then you are going to add 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Then what you'll do is you'll add in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And then once you have that in, you will add in a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Then you'll add in a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. Then you're going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Not soda, make sure that that's powder. Then you'll get out the baking soda and add in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And then you're going to mix that up thoroughly. Okay, lastly, you're going to add in 2 eggs, preferably large eggs, but whatever you have on hand will be sufficient. And you're just going to mix that up again very thoroughly. And now that the batter is thoroughly mixed, you are ready to get your pans. Okay, now that you have your batter ready, what you're going to do is you're going to get your little pans. You can use any size really, but this is the size that I have. And you're going to take a brush with margarine, and you're just going to make sure that the pan is thoroughly greased. And make sure that you get up the sides and all through the bottom there, and that way your little banana loaf breads should come out easy enough. And if you need, you can grab more margarine in your brush, but right now I still have enough to do this pan. And as I said, just make sure that they're thoroughly greased. And there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fill them up so they're about 3/4 of the way full. So I am just going to pour that in slowly, and there, it's about 3/4. And just kind of level it off a little bit. That'll make it look nicer when it comes out. and just continue filling up the rest of your pans. Obviously, the number of loaves that it's going to make depends upon the size of your pans. You can see that this one is going to be a little smaller than the rest of them, but that's alright. And now, if your oven has beeped saying that it's preheated, you can throw them right in. But if your oven hasn't preheated, make sure that you do let your oven preheat fully. So what's going to happen is you're going to cook these for about 40 minutes, more or less, 40 to 45 really. But what you're going to do is once you hit the 35-minute mark, you're going to start testing them to see if they're done. That's for this size. If you're making smaller ones, of course it's going to take a shorter amount of time. But I'd say, regardless of the size, probably around the 20-minute mark you can start testing them if you want. And what you'll do is you'll be looking for them to be a nice golden brown on top. And also what you can do is you can poke a toothpick into them to make sure that it comes out without any batter, and then that way you know that they're done. But either way, I'm going to put these in the oven right now. Okay, it's been 45 minutes and now it's done. You can see around the edges it's golden brown. On top it is, but my camera kind of sucks at picking that type of stuff up. And I also tested with a toothpick, and the toothpick came out clean. So now, if you greased it well, all that you're going to have to do is take this, and it might take a little bit of shaking, but it should come out like that. And you can just leave it on your rack to cool. And that shows just how simple it can come out if you grease your pans very well. And now I'm going to get the rest of them out of the pans, and that is all that it takes to make banana bread. So I hope that this video helped you figure out how to make banana bread. This is one of the many recipes out there that you can make. I got this one out of a cookbook, but I did a little bit of my own tweaking to the recipe. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. So please hit the subscribe button below, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and if you like fishing you can also find me on FishBrain. And I hope that you have a good day.